Okay, so it's been a few days since I've done a video, and so I wanted to give y'all some updates on how everyone is doing, how the pastures look, and show some of the new setups that we have going right now. So right now we're still using the barn right there for their rest area, as well as, slow down, as well as the arena space. Well, not the grass part of the arena, but the sand part. So primarily what I wanted to show is the difference in, hey Georgie, the difference in the grass. Now, we put them on this grass about an hour ago. So they've been out here eating, getting picky. Hey, Storm, you can come say hi. Sweet girl. So this is the grass right now. This is fresh grass, new stuff, still really long, lots of crabgrass, some fescue, Johnson grass. It's pretty long and thick, you can see. So that's their paddock or pasture right now. Now, if I stand over here, go under this tape, you can see where this side has not been eaten. And then if I scan over here, this strip, they were just on for 5 days. So we broke this up into 5 paddocks that went all the way up here. And so you can see now that spot right there, I'd say they ate that down a little too much. They didn't seem to like the crabgrass much, so they kind of trampled that, stepped on it, which is fine. So here you can see that spot has a lot of dirt showing. So that's not really ideal, but this is a clover patch. And before we started this setup, and Georgia was our only horse, this section all the way down here, all the way down that hill, pretty much where they just were, is where Georgia grazed, probably 75% of the time. Now, before we learned about grass management and pasture management and how the shorter grass has higher sugar load, clover has higher sugar load, things like that, we just let her open graze on the whole pasture without any kind of restrictions or boundaries. And I don't think that was, well, I don't think it was healthy for her, but I also don't think it was good for her, like her mindset. She does good with a little more structure. So here, if I back up, so anyway, that's why this grass is a little not real great quality. So this kind of got overdone a bit right here, so you can see. So if you look, you can see this is what they just came off of right here. You can see the weeds that they didn't want to eat, the crabgrass that they trampled, and then the really yummy stuff that they knocked down to nothing. Now, this is going to get quite a bit of rest because we're going to move them over to our flex pasture for probably 60 days and not put them back out on this field for a while. This line, so you can see where they trampled that spot going down for the lane. This place they were on previously. Still, you can see the weeds, but you can start seeing where there's some grass that starts growing up. It's not quite as barren as the other. Still trampled crabgrass, weeds they didn't like. But this has had some time to grow back. Not much, but just a little. Now, this section, as you can see over here, so that was that section. Now, this section right here, you can see the track that they were walking. I'm not sure. Can you see that line right there? That's the track they were moving down. This side of the grass, we have already clipped. So what we do is we get the tractor out and we cut it on the highest setting. We basically just clip all the weeds, like you see over there, all those little weeds that stick up. We cut that down. And so it's all even. And then we just let it rest. If there's bad dry spots, we'll add hay. We may try some mulch in the really bad portions, but predominantly we just use hay. I slowed down talking because our goats are out. So we were just moving them and they are walking dangerously close to our male goats, who we are planning on putting them in together in another week. But that may be happening sooner rather than later because they are now out. You can't see from here. The goats are way back in that line behind in that other field. So, okay, back to the grass. So this grass is had some rest. It's been clipped. It's been hayed. So that's what that looks like. Now I'm gonna walk all the way over here. I'm just in my head about these goats, trying to figure out. We're supposed to be going out, and of course, goat shenanigans. I'm not really sure what we're gonna do. We've got plenty of places to put them. It just is a little more time consuming to move them because of them being in the brush. It's not like moving a string of pasture, or this poly braid right here. This poly braid's a lot easier to move. It's quicker, and the goats take a little bit more effort to move through the wood line. So this grass right here has had 30 days rest. So you can see it's shiny, it's long, there's not, and there's some better spots and worse spots, but there's not any really big open dry patches. And so that's what 30 days rest. So that's kind of the progression. Currently, what they were on there, what they just came off of in 2 different stages, and then what's been clipped. So you can kind of see the lines. Again, I've still got that drone shot planned, so you can kind of get that bird's eye view of what this pasture grass looks like after it's been through those progressions. And so you can see how long. I mean, this is just 30 days of growth. We've actually had low rain totals this year, so I'm excited that this is looking like it's working, even with low rain. So a normal rain year, maybe we're gonna be in pretty good shape. Yeah, see, goat shenanigans. There they are, walking up right there. That is not where they're supposed to be. So, not entirely sure what we're gonna do. We may just leave them, let them walk around for a while. We may put them, I mean, we're fully fenced. They can just go through the fence, but usually they want to just stay. Yeah, they know they're being bad. There they are. All right, so that's what the grass is looking like. That's where our movements are at. And then next time I'll kind of show you the way I've got the next pastures. They'll be on this pasture for probably another 36 hours. And then we'll move them over to our last pasture before we put them in the front yard. I have that set up for the way I want it to eventually function. We're kind of doing a trial run. It's a smaller section, so we can kind of practice and see if my grand ideas are gonna work. I'm really, really hopeful, really excited. I hope we're gonna see good progress. You gonna go on, Georgie? Yeah. See there, Roxy's alerted to the goats. They're all... George is gonna tune into them soon. Storm does not like the goats. Oh, there's a chicken. Storm usually has a chicken with her. You can check out the Instagram page and see some pictures of Storm with her chicken friends. They like to hang out with Stormy and pick at the flies and scratch the manure piles, which is great for us. Roxy's still trying to decide what she thinks about the goats down. They're down in the creek right now. There goes our chicken. Chickens are smart. They're very useful for us sometimes. It's nice to have free range birds, but then at the same time, you can't really control where they lay, so we've been trying to tackle that challenge. Hey, Daisy. Hey, Daisy. Is Georgie letting you go down? Daisy's our low man. She's a sweetie girl, though. And they emerge. There they are. Roxy's still up, trying to decide what she thinks. I guess Georgia's decided they're not a real threat. I think they've learned better than to mess with Storm. Storm really doesn't like the goats. So, all right.